It seems as though, based on everything that we've seen in the news over the past week, that there's no guarantee that Miles will be coming to the MCU anytime soon. But it does also seem as though they're ready. That Marvel is truly ready, and they're ready to introduce him to the fans. And and it seems like they're going to do this in Spider-Man 4. We've already seen 2 different iterations where Peter has not truly had to die in order to carry out the Ultimate Fallout 4 storyline of Miles becoming Spider-Man. And if we're being honest, it actually kind of is a really interesting thing, because you have many different theories on how Tom Holland's Peter Parker got his spider powers in the first place, which we'll get into next week. But we also have the idea of, if Miles does show up in Spider-Man 4, it could be in a mentorship. Who knows how much time is really going to pass between, obviously, No Way Home, which we just got a month ago, and then this new untitled Spider-Man 4, where Spider-Man and Peter Parker's version of Spider-Man is going to be dealing with a lot of different things. He's going to be dealing with not knowing anyone. He's going to notice possibly the same way that we saw in Into the Spider-Verse, that whenever 2 spider people are in the same room, they notice it. Their spider sense goes off. It's obvious, like, that you can't be oblivious to the fact that there's another spider person in the same room as you that we know of so far in the MCU. And everything that we've seen in the past, I'd even say decade of Spider-Man movies, that pretty much it seems as though even TV shows, that when there's 2 spider people in the same room, they kind of they notice each other. So going off of that, it's kind of interesting to see the way that Sony and Marvel could put Miles into the MCU. And we might not see Miles suit up in the first iteration or the first debut of his character. It might be just very it might be very relaxed, the way that we get to meet Miles Morales for the first time, almost in a similar way that we saw Charlie Cox in Spider-Man No Way Home. Just a brief scene, maybe a couple of scenes, but a constant relationship building style where you're telling a story of a comic book character over a time period. Not just saying, hey, here's Miles Morales, because that's not going to work in a movie. That's not going to work to introduce arguably one of the most notable new characters in all of Marvel and comic lore in the past even 30 years. So, with all that being said, I think that we will see Miles Morales in Spider-Man 4. It's a very big possibility for them to say that, hey, this is going to happen soon, that is where they would start to release who he is and kind of build that mentorship, because now Peter's not looking for a mentor. Now he's able to be the mentor. He's been through a lot. He's learned a lot. Now it's time for him to start growing as a person so that he can start being a leader. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be talking about him. I'm also going to be talking about Madam Web very soon, because I think those are 2 characters that we need to discuss, as well as Black Cat and a few others that will come down the line very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. And as always, stay nerdy, comic fam.